Hello everyone, welcome to another video on the channel and welcome to the GT Sport FIA Nations 2020 Series Round 17 Heavyweights or Intermediates Strategy Guide. Now I did say in the video back a couple of weeks ago of what rounds I was going to cover in this sort of FIA, that we would just take a brief look at this one and talk about the tyres. First though, let's talk about what sort of car you want to be driving. You do want to pick an MR car. They get a lot more traction out of the slow corners just because of the engine placement. And if I was going to recommend a car for this one, it would absolutely be the Porsche 911 RSR. Very quickly going to go through this video. So first up is the heavyweights. It's obviously the tyres designed to move the most water. The test for this one, we're just going to do 5 laps. We're going to kind of record our base lap, record the optimal lap, and hopefully get a sort of idea as to what tyre was better to use. So as I said, this is the heavyweights. Best lap there at 236.6. The optimal coming in at a 236.408. We move to the chase camera just to give you an idea as to the tyre wear after 5 laps. Not too bad at all. Rear tyres taking a little bit more of a hit compared to the fronts. For this one we were running the brake balance at -3. I did sort of think that kind of evened the tyre wear out a little bit and made the car feel pretty decent. Moving on to how the intermediates perform. You can see straight away we've not managed to set as quick a lap as the heavyweights. Best lap coming in at 237.376. In fact, that's a lie. Best lap was actually the last lap we've just done there. It was a 237.238. The optimal coming in at 236.949. And tyre wear very similar to the heavyweight tyres. So on the face of it, it looks like the heavyweight tyres are the one to go for in this one. Here's just some notes that I kind of picked up as I was doing the laps. I did just go straight into doing the sort of tests. I did a sort of 5 lap run on the heavyweight tyres and I was actually slower. And then I did a 5 lap run on the intermediates. And the intermediates at that point were actually going quicker. So I'm back out on the heavyweights, and that's sort of times recorded there are the second session on the heavyweight tyres. By which point I think I was sort of fully up to speed and had the braking points down to not quite a T, but certainly where you would want them to be. So as I said, the best lap there, the optimal lap there, just what I found with the heavyweights. Better grip in slow corners compared to the intermediates, and they certainly give you more confidence under braking than the intermediates. As for the intermediates, they did feel slightly better on high speed corners than the heavyweights, for me anyway, in this car. And a bit of a question mark on this one, but possibly less degradation than the heavyweights in terms of lap time. Whereas the heavyweights, I was able to sort of lap in the sort of 36s for the first couple of laps. We did sort of fall into the 37s. That may just well have been down to some very minor mistakes. It's a little bit harder to be consistent in the wet. You're going to have little moments pretty much every lap. But I did feel that the run on the intermediates, that the sort of lap times are sort of more consistent. So that may well just be a bit of a placebo. There might not be anything in that comment, so I would put a question mark over that comment that the intermediates, while slower, possibly do keep their sort of lap time more consistent and could possibly be the better tyre towards the end of the race. As for the strategy for this one, the reason I've not really covered the strategy, I did say in the video a couple of weeks ago that if there wasn't really any strategy, I wasn't going to sort of cover or do a guide on it. And for this one, it is pretty a guaranteed no stop. There will be a bit of tyre wear towards the end of the race that you want to be sort of looking out for. But the pit lane is just too big of a loss to make a pit stop viable to do in this one. I think it comes in about 12 to 15 seconds. Haven't worked it out exactly, but I do know it's quite substantial. And there is no issues on the fuel. So as I said, just a very quick video put together just to give you a guide on what tyres to use for this one, because it is a little bit up in the air. They are very close in performance. I would recommend the heavyweight tyres. They do seem to be a bit quicker, and they sort of, I would say, more forgiving would probably be their sort of best attribute. As for the car, I would pick the Porsche. You do want to be picking an MR car, but if you want to pick something like the Lamborghini or the Ferrari or the Audi, then they are squirmish at the best of times. Put them in the wet weather and they're even more squirmish, so I do think the Porsche gets my vote for this one. But hopefully it's been some useful information in there, and that's a very quick video we've put together, and hopefully it can help you out for this race tomorrow. Until the next video, thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like button, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye now.